Hey guys, this is Lara with Usborne Books and More. I am going to just take a quick second to show you the difference between our 100 science experiment books and our 365 science activities books. I often get questions, which one of these should I get? The first thing I'm going to show you is the difference in binding. The 365 science activities is a spiral bound, hardbound book, whereas the science experiments is a flexi bound book, which means it's a paperback book, but the cover is a little bit more durable than your standard paperback book. It's larger in terms of the height of the book, but the science activities book is thicker, if I can show you the comparison there, which makes sense since one is 365 and one is 100. The 365 science activities book goes through literally 365 different activities you can do with your child. It does get into a little bit of the science, but it doesn't get too crazy detailed. For example, here's the fingerprint page, and you can see here is a little blurb about science, fingerprints. Here's a little blurb about fingerprints. There's a little blurb. And each page is kind of like that. There's a little blurb that talks about the science that you're completing. Each page has about 5 or 6 different activities that you can do. Here's invisible ink, melting ice, optical illusions, mobiles, making foam, air power. So as you can see, it's just chock full of different activities that you can do. Food science, with, like I said, small little bits of science blurbs that go into the science behind it, but it doesn't get into crazy details about the science. It definitely tells you what you're learning about, but it's more of an activity book than a science book. 100 science experiments goes into more detail about the science behind it. As you can see, there's for each different activity, there's a longer blurb that says what's going on, and it explains the science behind it in more detail and more advanced language than the 365 book. Here we're talking about mixing and making up glue, floating an egg, making a foam monster. So these are still activity-based, and they're still fun for kids. It's not like college level science experiments or even high school level science experiments, although some of them actually I remember doing in high school. So lots of different ages of kids could enjoy this. But it's a little bit more advanced than the 365 science activities maybe in terms of the explanations. And as you can see, there's fewer activities in each one, obviously, because this one only has 100 and the other one has 365. And yes, some of them people have asked, are they any of them duplicated? And I did notice that there are a couple that are in both of them, but most of them are not duplicated. Most of them are unique to each book. So I recommend both of them. I really enjoy both of them. We try to do 1 or 2 out of each book every week, and we have a lot of fun, and we have learned tons and tons.